as we get off into turn one. Here we go.
Well, the thing I noticed immediately right there as we went to those in-cars is they sped the pace up. You could hear those cars starting to speed the pace up, but immediately we're 4 wide, Mike.
4 wide, middle of the field on back as everybody scrambles. And every restart today is going to look just like this. Fan out across the track and get everything you can get right away.
So we expect Alex Bowman to keep moving towards the front of this
Trouble out of turn 4. One car just went up in smoke and drops down to the bottom. I think that's Allmendinger.
Hey, East, are you?
Yeah, big blow up right there. Really good start for the outside of Bell. See if he can keep his track position on him on the exit of 2. That's what's going to be important. I think he's going to drive right by him, Kevin.
Look at that Blaney car right in the middle, shoots the gap, gains a couple spots, and that's a very typical move here at Kansas. Everybody will go to block the bottom and the top, and that middle lane opens right up. You see it again. That middle.
Oh, he's wanting to move up. He's going to.
Larson brings him off the corner with the lead, but a lot of jockeying and jostling for position. Cars trying to side draft and take the air off each other.
Denny Hamlin was one of those cars that pitted. He came in from 12th. They took 4 tires, slipped all the way back on that restart about 28th. He's back to 31st, actually making some moves. Actually, he just moved back to 32nd. But Mike, he's just yelling how tight he is. Not happy with this race car at all.
Oh, wow. Reddick got in the wall. Almost a trifecta right there. Reddick into Hocevar into Berry. You talked about Berry. Started dead last in the trunk to the field. And look at here. Here we go. Top 10 right now.
Yeah, you got a couple cars all right there in one with Reddick. You can see the paint, the lettering off the right side tires definitely got into the fence.
Yeah, and for the 60 of Ryan Preece, I talked to him earlier today. He said, I wasn't worried about qualifying 30th because I knew from practice we had a very strong car, a car that can handle well, and a car with speed. And he said, I used to not like mile and a half, but since coming to RFK, I've been really excited coming to these racetracks. I know we have something to compete with, and we're seeing that early as he's one of the biggest movers so far today, Regan.
And the 24, William Byron, really happy yesterday in practice. They hardly touched it. Rudy Fugel, his crew chief, told me so far in this race, just a little bit free in 3 and 4. You saw him just come in. They took 4 tires, but all seems to be good right now.
Not so good for Bubba Wallace. Equipment interference will cause him to have to do a trip down pit road at pit road speed as a penalty as Ryan Blaney comes in.
Costly air into these green flag stops.
Oh, there's a look at it. There's Tyler Reddick. Third of the Toyotas now that Denny Hamlin has gone by him. Reddick in 16th right now.
Byron just hit the ball. I think he might have a right rear flat, Kevin.
Well, that's what we talked about.
2, 1.
Around it goes. With right side damage.
There you go.
Still green.
Yep.
No debris, no caution.
He actually spun out on pit road when he came in, but he saved himself from spinning out on the racetrack.
We have fixed this 11 car. Denny Hamlin is moving to the front and doing it in a hurry, picking him up and putting him down.
And as he passes Josh Berry, that'll put him into position for stage points.
Yeah,
Top 10.
It's definitely been quite the metamorphosis, for this 11 car from where he was 20 laps ago. I mean, he was in the back, Clint, having a tough time trying to even make his way to the front. And all of a sudden, it was like somebody just said, go.
And look, this last time by, Denny Hamlin was the fastest car on the racetrack at 31.86. Dillon, Hocevar, Chastain, right at the tail end of the lead lap. Nobody wants to have to take the free pass.
But there you saw Dillon that stayed out, and he might make it on fuel, but it cost him. He's all the way back to 34th place, a lap down.
Yeah, and he's actually running 35-second laps, and the leaders are in the 33-second bracket, so it's been ugly.
So Kyle Larson does not force the issue against those 3 drivers who all happen to be in Chevrolets trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap. And Larson gets his 7th stage win of the season. That's more than twice as many as any other driver.
Big pushes out of the outside. Bell helping Elliott. Blaney on the bumper of the 5 car.
4 wide for 10th.
Just that much of a lift out of the throttle or a moment like that, especially when all these cars are so tightly packed together, costs you 5-6 positions. Oh, big contact.
Yeah, Bowman and Zane Smith got together. Smith, who got the final stage point in stage number 1, has been running up here in the top 10, and he just got sandwiched.
Well, we expect that 21 car to be fast. He had some trouble yesterday in qualifying, bent a toe link, got into the wall, bent that toe link, had to make some repairs to the right side of the car. So we knew that the 21 would be good. I don't know that I expected him to get to the front this fast, but that car has been really good, along with the car right behind him, Alex Bowman. He had a little bit of trouble right there on the restart, getting mixed up, but that car is running some good lap times right now.
Yeah, and Larry just mentioned it, the 11 and their clutch issues. So what are they going to do when they come back down pit road? Listen.
Come in the stall, put it in neutral. We're going to help push, and then you drop it first, and we're going to roll. If that doesn't work and you have trouble, then you'll shut the engine off, put it in second, make sure it's in second, refire the engine, and use the starter to pull away. Stay after it here. We're not over. I know it's discouraging, but let's control what we can control.
Kevin, if it's that bad, we're in bad trouble.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, either way, even if they get going again, it's going to be difficult to keep the track position. You're not going to keep the track position, so.
I'll show you what happened to Denny Hamlin's stop.
Had trouble on the right front. Lost his lug nut. Lost his backup too, Kevin. You saw him reach for his belt for the backup, and it fell off.
17.4 seconds for Denny Hamlin, stopped on pit road because of that right front issue.
Well, he's got the clutch issues, and you're going to see this right front tire carrier. The lug nut is off, and then he drops the extra lug nut, grabs the original lug nut, puts it back on.
The jackman actually grabbed the original.
He did.
You could see the old one still got one sitting there, but this is the other problem. Just like we talked about leading in, Jamie told us the clutch is not going to work. The plan was to get it rolling. Listen.
Yeah, and basically what he did right there, Clint, they got it rolling just a little bit, and he revved the engine up and just shoved it as hard as he could into first gear. So that's not going to be very good on that transaxle. Yeah, that right rear tire is not happy, it doesn't look like, on Kyle Larson's car as we come to the final lap of this stage. But you saw it slide around, and Chase Elliott has closed in to the back bumper of that 5 car. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes right around him.
Well, no, here's Gregson trying to get back. He wants to fight his way back on the lead lap. The car just ahead of the race leader is Chastain, and Larson drops to the bottom. Elliott's coming. So is Gregson, rim riding around the outside. Chastain's going to stay on the lead lap, and Larson's going to hold off Elliott to win stage 2, but it was close.
Well, there's a chink in the armor right there, and we talked about that right rear tire with Kyle Larson, and you could definitely, we heard Cliff talk about it, and we saw that car dancing around right there, so definitely something to be concerned with.
I think his takeoff speed, you can run, but you might not be able to hide, and I think Chase Elliott exposed that. Here we go.
Elliott, control car on the restart.
Well,
choosing the inside.
Yeah, and that bottom lane didn't get formed up very good. Now you see Kyle Larson able to hold door to door there with Chase Elliott on the exit of the corner, actually creep ahead of him down the back straightaway.
How about Brad Keselowski?
And I think Brad knows that he's in a situation to where he has an opportunity to win a race, and Brad's got a lot of experience, and I think when you look at his points position, he's going to have to win. As you see those cars almost come together off of turn 2.
Well, he needs to get it sorted out. You're going to have to save some tire. I believe that Larson was trying to do that on his takeoff speed here, as you see Elliott drive away from them, but Brad took it from him. Power move.
How about that? 74 laps to go, and it looks like Brad Keselowski is making some small inroads on Chase Elliott's lead.
Look at that. He sure is.
Yeah, that last lap was big time gain.
There's another 10th.
Brad's in the wall.
Caution's out. Start creeping low here. Come on down. Blue tire.
Fourth caution of the day, a blown tire for Brad Keselowski.
They heard him on the radio talk about blowing a tire, and you can see right there the right rear's down. And we talked about it, Clint.
Why is this car fast?
As this day went on, who was going to be brave on that rear air pressure? And obviously, they got it down lower. That speed picked up, got towards the front. Then the pace picks up for them, and boom.
No clutch here. Pit crew will do the work, then they're going to assist the driver. They just told Denny, remember, keep your foot on the brake the entire stop. When we drop the jack on the left side, foot off the brake, there they assist him. Taking so much time getting it refired and into gear here. He stalled. Regan?
The 5-car Kyle Larson, once the field thinned out, the balance got better for him, but it was too tight initially.
Hamlin sits motionless on pit road.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure it's not broke. Did you hear how high he had that thing revved up and then tried to shove it into gear, and it's worked the last couple times?
Toyota GR Super Pace car goes to pit road, and we'll have 67 laps to go when they take the restart green. Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson.
That was pretty wild right there. You saw that 22 car go down to block the 19, and nobody was there.
Trouble, turn 2. Cars in the wall.
Here we go. I was just about to say, this feels a lot like last week, guys.
It'll be 61 to go. No shortage of aggression here. Boy, Larson jumps right out by himself.
Well, Logano didn't get a good start.
And everybody fans out 5 wide.
Yeah, and the other thing that happened right there, Kyle Larson waited a little bit in the restart zone, and the 20 got into the back of him. And like Clint said, the 22 didn't get going very well, but they're back at it. 8 car.
Oh, no.
Kyle Busch with a big slide.
No yellow yet. No yellow.
Nope, we stay green.
Yellow.
Not anymore.
Rolling here if you can.
Kyle was 13th. That will be the 6th caution flag. All right, pace car is in. A 4-car incident put us under the 6th caution flag of the day. Green flag waves, and Logano may get the better of Larson on this restart.
Well, that bottom line is going to be broke up now. Chase Briscoe on the inside of Alex Bowman, as you see the 20 car fan out 3 wide to get on the outside of Joey Logano.
Joey Logano holding straight. Here comes Bell on the outside.
Crash off turn 2. 2 cars got squeezed up and into the wall. And here we go again.
Justin Haley. Looks like, I think Eric Jones is the other one.
Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. We're still wrecking down here in turn 3.
As we get ready to go back to green, he's got Christopher Bell alongside. How many epic battles have these two had, and are we in for another one today?
Big shot out of his teammate 48 behind him. Bowman pushed him way out in front of the field.
A very orderly restart this time.
Oh, Reddick almost around.
White flag, 1 to go.
And that's all Kyle Larson was looking for. He just wanted to get to that white flag to capitalize on a day that has just been absolutely
see him
dominant.
pull way down off the racetrack. Get away from that wall. Just limp this thing around. A lot of rubber coming off the front of that car.
A 1.1 second lead on Christopher Bell and a couple of lap cars.
He's got
Bell
trouble
clears
with
the
his
lap
right
cars.
front. He's way slow on the track. It's just like Hocevar. You see the rubber coming off that right front?
Here he comes off turn 4. He's going to make it to the line. And Kyle Larson beats Christopher Bell.
Great execution all day. All day. Pit road, restarts, all that. Good job,
I don't know if he was managing that or not, but when he came off of turn 2, there was a lot of rubber coming off the right front.
When you look at Rick Hendrick and you look at everything that he's got structured between himself and Cliff Daniels,
Jeff Gordon,
they have a great leadership group that just puts these guys in a position to go out there and get all the details out of their car. You have a pairing with Cliff Daniels and Kyle Larson that is hard to beat in the way that they communicate and the things that they talk about, and Cliff's just a great leader.
Kansas, check. Indianapolis, right out the windshield. And Charlotte, in racing's biggest weekend, Kyle Larson is set to try to win them all.